What's up, everybody? It's your favorite Fans Choices favorite nerd, and today we are looking at Transformers IDW Windblade Deluxe class. And this has been an interesting story as I have messed with this figure. Right out of the box, I was extremely impressed. Extremely impressed. I saw the paint on her face and everything, which I will show you here. And I was like, wow, finally Hasbro Transformer figures are getting the love, care, and attention they've been giving their Star Wars and Marvel figures, and even their Star Wars 6-inch figures, you know, for years now. So I was really, really taken aback. And as I got to play with it, you know, it started to fall apart a little bit. You know, that my enthusiasm for it started to be curbed, but it's still not hateful, which is nice. That's a good thing. So let's take a look at the accessory, which is this sword, and it's all black, but it has this little piece of clear plastic in the middle. It just feels like, while this weapon, like the translucent from purple to clear, is really nice, it just feels like, you know, it feels like this should do more. And I've been trying to figure out where to keep her holster. I guess it's supposed to go like this, but that just, you know, I don't know. It doesn't really fit anywhere else. So I guess that's where it's supposed to go. I just, I haven't looked at the instructions. I guess should do that. Maybe if, yeah, see if we can fit it right in there. There, because that looks dumb. Fits perfectly though. Fits better than it does actually on the side, which isn't hateful. But it is cool. The sword in the stone, so to speak. So very good fit, very cool. I would like it if this did a little bit more. It feels like it should, you know, but it doesn't. So all in all, not bad. Articulation wise, the head is on a hinge and swivel, and I like that. You can get the down look and everything, and the up and all around, and I like that over a ball joint. Even though I think in this particular situation, actually, a ball joint would have done just as good, I do like it. Shoulders are on a swivel and a ball joint. You know, take that for what you will. We got a swivel at the upper bicep and a elbow hinge that gets you 90 degrees and a wrist swivel. Waist has a swivel. Ball jointed hips with a swivel built into the ball joint, which I'm not crazy about, but I'll take it. And then a hinge knee that gets you 90 degrees forward, and even, you know, you can overextend it as well. And then nothing really for the ankle. So, and then you can do stuff with the wings, like you can have them here or out the side, or, you know, whatever you feel is appropriate. But the this is, I gotta say, this is much more attention to detail than I've seen in a Hasbro product, especially in the Deluxe line, in some time. I may keep this one. Now, transformation. This is where it started to fall apart for me. So let me get situated here. Accessory off. You move this bit up and collapse it on top. And then this, you kind of swivel back around like that. Back around like that. And then you swivel the whole hips. And these go back, I think, and then you pick that in. And this is where we start to get a little sloppy. So we open up this is still on the positive. We open that up, all that free space back in there, which is nice. Push the head on back. This hinges over top, closes in. Cockpit comes down, doesn't really lock into place, and doesn't really fit perfectly. I'm going to try it with her head backwards and see if No, that won't even go in. So it has to go that way. And it just doesn't, it just doesn't fit perfect. It's close. Like you see the tolerance there is just a little off. These arm hinges come down and you kind of spin the elbows about, and you want those, this here, coming straight down. My arm keeps popping off the ball joint there, which is probably my fault. And then you got to get the wings in place. And the wings tab in kind of there. And these flip down and tab in there. And like, there's a lot of softer plastic used, and I think that's because there's some really like dainty detail stuff, which is nice, but they have to use that softer plastic when they do that kind of stuff, and as a result, it just has a hard time kind of locking in place. And then the real sad part is the hands just kind of come down and hold on to that tab there. And then you take your sword, in my Sean Connery voice, and you tab that in underneath. And then you can bring these forward and even lock it in place if you want. And that's that. And this, and you can bring this forward as well. Landing gear. My kids are going crazy upstairs. And it's just, look at that. It just looks so unfinished. It looks like feet sitting on top of it. The arms underneath it. It's just, it was on such a roll, and then it just kind of fell apart. It's a decent size. I don't really have anything handy. Let me see if I can't. I got the long haul. TFC's long haul. So I mean, you know, it's a decent size. It's just, this is just so ugly. It's just so bad. Like this part of it, you know, like there's some really like there's a lot of like these, you know, these pieces hinge and these pieces hinge to flap down, and like I was like, man, this might be the one, and it's in the right direction, but it's just not perfect. These thrusters do like kind of move, so you can if you want to, but like it doesn't quite work, unfortunately. It's a lot nicer than your average Hasbro Deluxe. Like I am impressed overall, but on the great scheme of things, it's just weak. I wonder how they sold this, you know, to the Hasbro execs. Come in. Good morning, boss. We got the finished prototype design for Windblade.
This doesn't look like a jet.
Nope.
You can totally see all the robot bits.
Yep.
When it's a robot, can you see all the jet parts?
Yep.
So, doesn't really work perfectly in either mode.
Nope.
Perfect.
I knew it. Size comparison wise, there she is next to tailgate. Hoist. And she is, I think, a taste shorter than Hoist, so. And whirl. So, it's okay. So the problem is that a lot of things just don't tab into place. They don't lock into place. There's like floppiness, and they flap around, and they flap about, and nothing seems super secure. And the fact that the jet mode looks like a robot folded up on itself. I mean, it resembles a jet in the wings and the cockpit. You know, the two parts that aren't tied into the robot transformation at all. Do you know what I mean? That's the depressing part. The parts that work as a jet don't work as a robot, and the parts that work as a robot don't work as a jet. So the transformation aspect of it is almost irrelevant. Those are kind of the downfalls of it. The paint and the little nuances, though, I think are stuff that we've been waiting to see in the main line for a long time. So if you're a third-party guy or a Masterpiece guy, chances is this still isn't going to scratch that itch for you. But take solace in the fact that it looks like they are trying. This is an improvement. Not perfect, but they have, I feel like, started to round a turn. This is a step up. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.